Welcome, everyone, to Melody of the Maelstrom, where a bunch of real life bards play Dungeons and Dragons. Before we start rolling, before we roll the starting titles, and before we start rolling, because that makes sense in this game, we do have a few sponsors that we need to shout out. First up, we have D&D Beyond. Thank you to our first sponsor, D&D Beyond. Do you want to have all your resources conveniently in one place? Do you hate math? Well, look no further. D&D Beyond has all the digital resources that you could possibly need, including books, dice, and the ability to homebrew to your heart's content. Our second sponsor is FX May Vary, an awesome local band from Newmarket, Ontario, who specializes in making sure that you always have your daily prescription for hard rock. Be sure to check out their music on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you are most comfortable listening to your favorite tunes, and to follow their Facebook and other socials for show dates and announcements. Their newest song, Torn, is available now on stream, so enjoy it and remember, as always, individual effects may vary. There's also our Patreon, where we have a tier for every level of generosity. One includes being shouted out at the end of all Dire Bear games, and another includes voice acting lessons with one of the talented players in our network of games. Finally, we have merch. Do you want a sweater, a shirt, or maybe even a mouse pad with that awesome Dire Bear logo? Be sure to check out the Pride section in our merch store as well. Even though it's no longer Rainbow Month, we will always show our colors. We also have t-shirts, sweaters, and sweatpants, stickers, and tank tops. So go ahead to check out our merch page where you can find whatever your heart desires. Finger guns. Yes, please.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Melody of the Maelstrom. The last we left off, the party took shelter in a cave and spent the entirety of the session there. Not only because they found a pool of magical fish that made Bavidius have some odd, eloquent patterns to his speech that he didn't have before, but also
It was a
because
crime. I spoke in rhyme.
we were we were cycling through watches when Bavidius was also visited in his sleep by somebody who he did not want to speak with, as Talon invaded his dream and made a series of threats. And when everybody woke up in the morning, they realized that there was a torrential downpour, and it was probably not the best time to leave. And I'm pretty sure that's where we left off.
I think we left
Yes.
off at fuck it, let's leave anyway.
Oh, right. I
Not
remember that.
not necessarily the best time to leave, but
When has that ever stopped us?
Right?
it's just water. What could possibly go wrong? Am I right?
Well, no, I seem to remember there being
Laundry.
some specific checks about whether or not there was like any like magical cause to the amount of rain that we were getting.
I did look at the stars, and it was bad time, if I recall.
Yeah.
It's omens of woe and ruin and soaking wet clothes and shoes that go squish.
And shoes that go squeak.
Oh, I heard stews that go squish, and I was very excited for
Oh
a
no.
moment.
No, we did that would have been like a focus point.
Well, no, we
So
don't
what
have
are
to be
the
leaving
weather
if we're not
conditions?
ready to.
Oh,
Oh right, I did do the druid craft, and it's still going to be ready tomorrow.
So how close are we to our destination at this point?
You aren't entirely sure, but if you kind of poke your head out and roll me a survival check, you could maybe ascertain as to how long it's going to take.
I can definitely roll that. Yeah.
I would also like to aid with a survival
like-
check of my own.
I can do the thing.
I don't think a 6 is going to help as much.
You
You know
poke
what,
your
these-
head out and like
Cold. Ugh.
it's already raining. What the fuck? It's just like bleh.
My mood
Fidget no
hat
like me.
immediately turns blue.
So Bavidius, you're not entirely sure just because it's hard to determine distance by your trajectory just because you can't see exactly where you're going. But you know that you're going to the largest mountain in this particular range, which is at the heart of this particular range. And it looks like this mountain, without any things in your way or any encounters that you may face, it looks like you're about a day away.
So a week
Hey,
ish.
2 weeks.
Maybe
um. So I'll return to the group and I'll say, I think we may be 1 or 2 days of travel at most from our destination. Do we wish to brave the rain and risk it?
If we
Might
wait a
as
day,
well.
can we swim?
What was that, Fidget?
I said, if we wait a day, can we swim?
Ha! Perhaps. At the rate the rain is falling, there may indeed be rivers where there were none yesterday.
Now would be a really good time to have a cleric connected to a storm god of some kind.
It's
Indeed.
a shame. It makes him, and he's like, he's not waking up.
Does he have to
Too
snore
bad.
so loudly?
Well, I guess we'll have to make a decision.
Indeed. I, for one, am prepared to journey forth if everybody else is comfortable doing so.
I mean, it can't be any wetter than Stormfell. Might as well hit the road.
It's just water, right?
So far,
It's what comes with the storm that should concern us.
I
I'm
heard in
okay
some
with swimming.
places it can rain full-on cats and dogs. So we should be careful of that.
Well, if any
Cats more than the dogs.
Definitely.
felines begin falling upon our heads, I will catch them upon my lance. Pavidius completely ignores the metaphor.
Just passes right between your horns, man.
Nothing goes over my head. I would catch it.
All right, so I'm not entirely sure if we came to a vote here.
We're going.
Okay.
Yeah, I vote we go.
Okay.
Domino and Barenthazar, agreement?
Vote we go.
Folks
Let's
up.
attempt to
Let's
move
go.
the plot forward.
Yes.
What? Why on earth would you guys do that?
Let's subject the audience to 3 hours of just chatting in a tent.
Yeah, why not?
Again.
Well, it's funny you say that because I had an idea.
Okay, cool.
Actually, now that you mention it.
You know what we should do? We should have our characters play a game while they're waiting for the
my
rain.
Gosh. Just play like a cozy board game.
Maybe they could pretend to be adventurers
Ooh,
on a quest.
Let's call it Homesteads and Hobgoblins.
But let's say we had like a zip line, right? And you
Mhm.
could travel 30 feet on the zip
Mhm.
line. And I was a creature that could fly, and I had a fly speed greater than 30 feet. Could you zip line if I held a rope?
DM?
No. physics works, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine.
Is it?
I
All
guess
right.
we'll walk.
Moving on.
Let's,
We'll walk.
Why do you make
Whatever.
me think about this shit? What's wrong?
Steve,
with
the new DMG literally has a section about you.
It just says don't.
The rules of Dungeons and Dragons are not a physics simulator.
Actually, it's just no. No. In big bold underline with a period. No.
Only if you're an African swallow.
Yes.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
So we leave the cave.
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
gonna pack my stuff and get ready to go.
Yeah, same.
I'll do my best to waterproof whatever might need waterproofing on the cart.
Same.
I'm gonna take a second and like re-look over my spells, and if I need to change anything, I will. So
Okay.
I hadn't picked for the day.
So, despite the fact that he's been gone for quite a bit of time now, you do find a couple potatoes just kind of squirreled away. See, like part that you wouldn't think to hide a potato there, but he did.
He's a crafty one, this dude.
A single tear runs from Fidget's eye, and then he tosses the potatoes out of the wagon.
Okay, so all of you finish your preparations of your packs and the horses and your cart. I'm assuming that you brought the horses into the cave with you,
After
Yes,
the
we
dragon
did
died,
make
we
the
definitely
horse.
would have.
because otherwise they're probably gonna be really pissed off that you left them out in the rain.
I mean, isn't the sassy one always pissed off?
Well, yeah, but like all of them, like collectively, they would be pissed off instead of just one.
Oh no!
Can we
the-
retcon that we did that, just in case?
We didn't actually speak about the horses, so it's not really a retcon. It's just an addressing them now sort of situation.
Sure.
Yeah, I think
they
common
were-
sense would have dictated we brought them in.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you just fought a dragon, and dragons love to eat horses. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, last
So,
we talked about the horses, I was leaving them at a comfortable distance from the dragon.
Yeah. So, yeah, just it's more like just housekeeping. I'm assuming somebody went and got the horses and didn't just leave them there. Okay, that's really what I was asking. Alright, so you guys hitch up all of the horses and get the cart as waterproofed as you possibly can. It comes with like this so it's not burlap.
Oilskin?
Oilcloth?
Yeah,
Oilcloth,
it's like this cloth that's
Canvas.
just stretched over the it's waterproof, whatever. I can't describe
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Rawhide?
I think he's right about canvas.
Canvas. Yeah, that's the word. Thank you.
Yep.
The brain
Pro-
is absolutely braining tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Does
we are
protein
doing
want to
good
come, or
tea.
is protein gonna chill in protein's environment? He's not like
Protein-
enslaved to me.
No, he's not. But he kind of you can see him crane his little neck so that he's looking up at the sky, and then just like kind of just huddles up on your and like his feathers go all poofy, and he just kind of like huddles up on your shoulder. And like tries to, if you have a hood, he like tries to crawl into your hood so that he's sitting like inside of your hood on your shoulder.
It's gonna be rather wet. I'm not sure that you'll be able to fly much, if at all. If you would feel safer staying here, you've more than fulfilled your end of the bargain. Okay.
No wet. Don't like wet. Sky wet.
Sky's gonna be very wet for some time. I think maybe you should stay in the cave.
What?
Safer.
Beef protein?
It would be a lot safer. Where we're going is going to be quite dangerous.
Protein brave.
If you want to come, we will do our best to keep you safe.
Protein doesn't want to be alone. Protein was alone. And Protein's not alone now.
Well, we can be your flock now.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
I can't.
I was waiting
I
for it.
cannot help myself. I'm Just
This is why we like
If you
protein.
had, one of us would have.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
yeah. Protein.
Protein flocks together.
So yeah, he just kind of huddles on your shoulder and focuses one angry, like, black eye on the rain, like the torrential downpour that's coming down from the sky. And he doesn't look incredibly impressed that he's gonna have to go out there, but he also just doesn't want to be left behind. So he's willing to brave the rain for you.
Protein
Aw.
brave.
Aw.
Protein brave.
We're gonna have to get him something better than good berries later.
Oh, there's dragon meat.
There is dragon. Protein gets buff as fuck.
He likes to feast upon
Protein brave.
Gonna start talking like protein.
Protein jacked, bro.
You are my flock now, fucker.
Protein doesn't miss leg day.
Unreasonably thick bird legs.
All right,
That's not how
That's-
crow legs work.
let's actually get on the road.
Please.
Right now.
All right. So off we
This is
go.
not my fault, by the way.
Yes,
I-
No, this is my fault. I own this. I own this. I did this.
Okay. Alright, sorry. The fucking muscular bird legs.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry, guys.
I need to find an artist to do this.
Just literally, just a regular bird, and then these needlessly muscular
So we walk.
thighs. You can't.
So we walk and we drive the cart.
Yes, yes. So
Yes,
we
we have
are
the
on
cart
the
and
trail
so-
now, and things are surprisingly calm because the DM is incapable of preparing an encounter.
Yes,
So
in fact,
everything's going
in
great.
fact,
Ben, could you
we
roll
make
me a
slow
d20
but
for random
excellent
encounters?
time
Yeah,
through the
sure,
rain,
you got it.
Yeah, okay.
all the way to the
Yeah.
foot of the tallest mountain in the range, without incidents.
We run
three.
into-
Okay.
Yeah.
So three. Nothing much happens during the first hour of your travel. It continues to rain pretty heavily. In the distance towards the mountain that you're headed, you can see that the sky actually grows much darker, both with the increasing storm and the ominous intent ahead.
Did you read my notes? Stay out of my book, man. That was a pretty apt description, honestly.
Cool. We can go with that.
You guys can barely see like the fractals of the mountain, like the harsh jagged edges, just against like the deep roiling black that is currently the sky. And it is even hard to see, even 5 or 10 feet directly in front of you, just because this downpour is so torrential. It's like just curtain after curtain after curtain of rain. And you guys are soaked within 15 seconds of going outside of the cave, like the mouth of the cave. And as all of you just kind of, yep.
Is moving through this going to be difficult? Like, will our travel be hampered?
It depends.
Okay.
It might, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
It's not like you might get a point of exhaustion by the end of today if you guys spend too long in this particular downpour.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna like hamper. You guys are gonna travel at the same pace. It's just like, imagine slugging your way through cold torrential rain. It's just it sucks.
Right.
So can everybody roll me a perception check as all of you leave the mouth of the cave and begin, just traveling in the direction you were going, passing the very large dragon corpse that just kind of lays still where you left it.
I got a 15.
Okay.
16.
Out of 12.
I rolled a 14.
Pretty decent rolls today.
Do I?
I think Domino's frozen.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
It does appear so.
Oh, I do have it. I thought I did. Yeah. Okay. I want to do something before we leave.
Okay.
How many people are we in the party?
Oh, we lost Domino.
Yep. That's okay.
So we're us five, us four. Nyx is 5.
Are we including people that currently aren't here?
Yeah, it's the party. So there should
Mhm.
be 7 of you, are there not?
Yes.
Yes.
So there's the 4 of us plus Domino,
And
Rendell, and Parenthesar. So 7.
Okay, so
And Protein.
I don't have to.
My bad. No, he's part of the party.
Mhm.
How dare you?
I'm
You're
not
his
gonna count
flock.
my own
You
protein.
can't not count him.
He's the
So
eighth
I
Are you
can-
fucking kidding me?
So even if a spell, even if a
Shut
spell
the
cannot,
flock up.
Sorry.
Not you, Ian.
Go ahead, Steve. Go ahead, Steve.
so even if a spell does not say that
Block
it
you,
like has
Kyle.
a bonus effect if upcast, I can spend a 2nd level slot on a 1st level spell if I want to, right?
Yeah, it's just you don't gain that benefit from.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Endure Elements 7 times.
Okay.
Is that concentration?
Oh wait, is it?
Oh, is it?
It might not
No,
be.
it's-
A lot of those types
No,
of
it's
spells
I thought it
not.
only lasts for like an hour or so, and then it just
24 hours.
24 hours.
I can
Oh,
cast it 7
sick.
times.
That's dope.
Yeah. This is suffers no harm from existing in hot or cold, exists comfortably in conditions between blah and blah. Equipment is protected. I
Damn.
assume it works for rain.
Yeah, that would probably work pretty well for rain.
Rain is an element for sure.
Yep.
Okay,
And I
so
did say it was cold rain, so.
there you go. I have like no spells, but I mean, there you go.
But you just saved everybody a point of exhaustion.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
Minus protein.
Minus protein.
Protein's gonna be cold and sad.
Well, if he stays in the hood, he'll be all right.
Yeah, it'll be
Right?
fine.
It's all
Did you
good
let
in
him
the
into
hood.
your hood? That's really the important question.
Oh,
Atmir,
of course.
did you let protein into your? Okay.
As I said, it's all good in the
Of
hood.
course.
All right. So, I just need that perception check from Domino, and then
All right, I lost you guys on the interwebs there.
All
it's all
good.
good.
Oh, good. We figured it out.
I got a
weren't doing
natural-
anything important while you were gone.
I got a natural
important.
17.
All right.
Awesome.
So everybody notices. You just can't help but glance at the very large dead dragon that is still, just actively laying in the middle of this small clearing in the mountain, and you notice movement, small sort of scuttling movements, and you realize that the corpse of this dragon is now covered in like barnacles, and you can see these little grayish blue crabs that are like scuttling around on the skin of this dragon. And as you kind of round it, you can see where you guys have like carved out hunks of the flesh. Like there's just these like crabs just moving in, and you can see them like moving inside of the chest cavity. It's actually kind of horrifying.
Oh no, it's not crabs.
Neat.
How big are the crabs?
They're about that big. They're a couple inches across.
So I could take them.
Really huge.
Take the crab.
I just want to fight them.
You want to fight a bunch of crabs?
They could be delicious. We don't know yet.
They could be delicious.
It seems like they're carrion creatures. Like they're eating the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so are all crabs, right? You eat crab.
Yep. Crab is delicious.
This is true.
Any of you who are magically inclined, is there anything that we should be concerned about with these crabs? Are they
I mean, I
magical
guess I could
crabs
roll
of
an
some
Arcana
sort?
check.
Look, I just went through a lot of magic, but those crabs are eating
Yeah,
a
you
dragon. You know, the crabs are eating a dragon.
I can do an Arcana check, I guess.
Yeah, go for it.
13.
So they don't seem inherently magical. They're just a shit ton of crabs. To you, at least.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but they're eating a blue dragon, which could do like this is me metagaming. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah.
You
I would
know it's
like-
a blue dragon.
I
We've
mean,
seen it.
listen, hold on.
Out-
So
out of
it is
character.
incredibly out of character and in character. It is incredibly odd
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
crabs, which are not usually land-based creatures,
Let alone
in the middle
woodland
of a
creatures.
yeah, in the middle of a mountain range, in the middle of a continent.
Yeah.
It is
Maybe we could cut its
certainly
head
out
off.
of place.
I go and pick one up.
So, when we fought Lexica's brother, whose name currently escapes me,
Strobos.
Strobos,
Mm-hmm.
he had like some sort of like chitinous armor covering his body, did he not?
Mm-hmm.
My other character.
Am I putting the correct 2 and 2 together at the moment? I feel like I
think
am.
you are.
There's a
Yeah.
smirk that says yes.
Yeah. I think these are agents of Umberly.
So what? You think they're bringing it back to life?
I think they might be doing something. When was the last time you saw crabs in a mountain?
Valid point.
Or crabs eat a dragon? Or crabs eat anything that wasn't fish or dead?
Well, the dragon is dead.
It is dead, but
it's also
Fidget, you
really big.
raise a point.
It also makes sense with the storm. I was staying in this one commune, and whenever they would have very large torrential downpours, it would pick up aquatic life from the nearby lake, and sometimes it would rain down.
How much aquatic
Maybe.
life are we talking?
What, like a crab-nado?
Well, this seems very targeted, right?
Are you saying that in addition to cats, I should be wary of fish?
Yes, absolutely.
And potatoes.
And potatoes.
No. No potatoes.
Would you like me to have a
Wary.
chat?
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Okay, you have to pick it up though.
I said I already picked up
Julius
a
already
crab.
has one. So like
You already got one.
it's like angrily moving its like this little pedipalps on the front of its face, and it's angrily clacking its little claws.
I'm at it. I just have it between a thumb and a forefinger. and
Yeah,
I
you're
just
just
shove
holding
it
it
at
like
Mir's
that.
face.
It's like trying to reach backwards, like its little eyes on its stalks are rotating angrily. If a crab could look pissed off, I mean, actually, crabs can look
They
pissed
all-
off. This
They
one
always
absolutely
look
looks
pissed off.
This one looks
I mean,
irate.
Crabby.
This is an ornery crab.
It looks crabby
no,
right now.
Steve.
It looks crabby.
I owe that one to Steve.
Even
'cause
I
nobody
didn't
heard
go
it.
for that one, guys.
That
Sorry.
was all,
The
that was
word.
all Steve.
The word
That
is
was
based
all
off
Steve,
their
I just happened to
cantankerous
hear 'em.
nature.
Yes.
It is true. So I shove it in
Speak
your
with
face.
animals is a speak with animals is a ritual. You're gonna have to hold it there for like 10 minutes, and then
I have
speak.
very good shoulder
I'm
abductors.
assuming you just spoke to protein. It's already going.
Okay, it's already going.
So it
So-
looks at you and clacks its little. What do you want? What do you want? Huh? Huh? Yeah, you wanna fucking go? You wanna go? Huh? Yeah, you got a problem with me? Huh? I'll eat you. I'll eat you. I'll kill you and I'll eat you.
So what's a
Kinda
crab
cute.
like you doing in a dragon like this?
What?
How are you physically here?
Does it actually stop and like think for a second?
You
That's
just
great.
introduced a crab to Descartes.
Yeah,
It suddenly became aware of itself and where
I
it
think-
is.
Therefore, I crab.
All of a sudden, hair sprouts
God.
out and goes in an emo swoop, and the crab is depressed.
You're not like dead. You can't tell me what to do.
I've done so much. I've done so much damage today. I've given a crab awareness. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no, food. Yeah, you wanna fight? You wanna go? Huh? Yeah. You wanna fight? I'll fuck you up. I will.
Do we know what the group? Do we know what Umberly looks like?
Hopefully
No.
not a crab.
Have we seen any sort of images in any of the like ancient stuff that we've looked at? Interesting.
Do we know anything about him? How could I describe him to Crab?
Her.
Wait, let me. Sorry.
Her?
How would I describe her to Crab?
Goddess of undeath, kind of.
Not really undeath. More just like of stormy seas.
Yeah, she's
like
specifically the goddess
Yeah.
of, kind of the chaos of
yeah,
the ocean.
and like vengeful.
I understand. Do you know a wet lady?
There you go. That'll help. Not a lot of wet ladies. Let's be honest. We're narrowing it down.
I mean, not in
Oh
the Middle
my God.
Ages. That's true.
I'm describing it to a crab. I need to
This
employ
is
crab
D&D.
logic.
There's not a lot of wet ladies going on. Right now,
Fine. Do you know
I
a
would like to take a moment
moist?
to apologize
lately.
personally to the audience in this moment. I am
That's not what I
sorry.
meant. That's what I'm saying. That's not what I
No,
meant.
but it's what Ben and I took
Everybody
and ran
else
with.
means. I am so sorry. Just skip about 5 minutes ahead. I'm sure that we will solve this within the next 5 minutes or so. Just kind of, if you're in YouTube or something, just go forwards. It's fine.
But does the crab know a wet lady?
No.
I squeezed the crab to try and intimidate it.
Make your weapons.
I'm gonna get you for that.
Oh no.
I don't actually know what it's saying. I can just tell it's being ornery.
Yeah.
Well,
Fuck
you have
you
a-
guys.
do you have someone who normally feeds you?
Me. I feed myself.
Guys, I'm not sure this crab has any information.
Should we feed it the protein?
Do you have food?
Say talk to protein?
feed it to protein.
Feed it to protein. That's a good idea.
It'd be tasty.
So you're sure you don't know anyone? Because my bird friend here hasn't eaten all morning.
Me food?
You food.
No food. No food. Put down. Down.
I squeeze a little harder.
So you're sure?
No food. No food. Have children.
Oh no. Let
Children
the
lost
crab
arms
go.
and legs, and now they're just stumps.
Let the crab go. It's talking to me. I can't. Just put it down.
It's ugly and
Really,
it
what
dresses
is
funny.
Are you sure? Are you sure we shouldn't crush them all? Just to be sure.
No food. No enemy food. No, please. Not food. Anything. I want food, not pea food.
The look on your
I'm
face
emotionally-
indicates that this has not been a productive conversation.
No food.
I'm emotionally torn on it. I do understand the importance of crushing them all, though. But yeah, let it
My
go.
progeny. Please.
I squeeze just a hair harder before I roll my eyes and put the crab on the ground.
Cuddles off.
Is there any
Well,
way
this
we can
is-
track these things?
Oh,
I mean, if they've got a home base or something.
Did you ask it why they were here?
all right, pick it back up.
I go and arbitrarily pick a crab. I don't know if it's the same one.
You pick another crab, and this one's like, hey,
Shove it in Atmir's face.
hello.
Hi.
You got any num-nums? You got any food? There's some
We'll put you
food.
back to the num-nums.
Sounds like this one needs a
what?
cigarette.
This is like the crab fawns all of a sudden.
We're working a long day at the factory, okay?
Oh no. My boy Joey, he's dating a lobster. It's unmatched.
All of his arms and his legs fell off, and now I gotta work a double shift at the factory to keep food on the table.
You thought Joey dating a lobster was bad. Wait till you hear about Priscilla. She's dating a prawn.
And there was this fucking wet lady.
So what?
This one knows. Clearly,
Remember
we
we said
found the
we'd be
leader.
past this point in 5
Denver.
minutes? Yeah, that didn't
Really
happen.
trying. So why is it that you're here, small crab? How did you get to be here?
Just here. Just here. Food.
Wait, were you anywhere before?
No. Was
Oh.
dark. Was very dark.
Guy, this might be a summon.
I have an idea.
Okay,
What if
please help.
What if before the dragon came here, it stopped, dove, and had a meal of crab? What if these
It
things
came
were
out of the
inside-
dragon.
What if they were inside it?
That's kind of cool. Check the
You would
inside
think
for
they
eggs,
would
I
have
guess.
been rather digested by now.
No. We're not. It didn't eat us. We're here to eat it. I'm just fully committing to this voice now. It's fine.
Can
You picked up a different crab. Just
can you tell where this crab came from, like regionally?
It sounds like Boise, honestly.
It sounds like Pauly Shore.
No, it doesn't.
Or at least Jersey Shore.
know,
There we go. That's better.
we was just kind of in the ocean, and then we ended up here, and we're supposed to eat this thing, and we're eating it.
Oh, they're supposed to eat it.
Yeah. You know, the
Supposed to.
whole natural course of life thing. You
Okay.
become food, we eat the food. Yeah. Now put me down.
Before I
Please
give
put
you the
down
claw.
this crab. Okay,
I'm gonna fucking shank you like.
I dropped the
I'm gonna
crab.
give you the claw.
thank you.
It's Danny DeVito. That's it. That's what I was thinking there.
Emphasis,
I do
though.
think,
I am.
I do
How
think you're
fucking tall am
correct
I
in being
again?
wary.
I need a drink after that fucking
How
voice.
fucking
Hold on.
tall? I'm 7.5 feet tall, and I drop a crab that I was holding at his face.
Oh, it like ding 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 off the
Okay,
ground.
fine.
And then like stops and does a little gesture that you're not sure whether or not it's territorial or
Oh,
like
it's
profane,
definitely racist.
and then just continues. Just like sidesteps over to the dragon and like starts just
From one
Gives you
aberration
that
to
look
another,
like your mother
I
was a dairy cow.
know.
I do think that you are correct, however. This is very strange. This seems pointed in some way.
These things are in the stomach or on top of it? On
Yes.
top of the carcass.
Both.
Both.
All right, well, I'll go cut the stomach open
Do it.
Okay.
Okay.
with my longsword.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, good sir.
How about a natural 11 and my con is 10.
A con save of 10? Fuck yeah. Or no, wait, your con score is
So
10.
11. So you rolled
My constitution's 10. I rolled a natural 11.
All right,
Cool.
so it's probably just 11. So
Well, for my
Yeah.
saving throws, I add an 8 to my dexterity, so maybe it is a
because
10.
he might, I'm not sure if he has proficiency with Constitution saving throws or
Hmm,
not.
True enough.
I'm
fair
not seeing that. No.
enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think
fair enough.
paladins do.
I think barbarians and fighters
And sorcerers.
and sorcerers. Interesting. Interesting.
That
But
makes
yeah,
sense.
so you slit open the stomach of this thing, and the smell that hits you is just rancid. Like, think of, rotted meat that was consumed and then continues to be, like, digested and continues breaking down in the stomach. So, like, you can see all of these jagged pieces of bone and skulls with horns that have been, like, partially digested and snapped off, and just, like, this red mucousy bubbling liquid that just like pours out of, you made me describe it, you cut the stomach open, that just pours out of this internal cavity of this thing, and you cannot help but vomit.
And then Fidget sees Domino vomit and goes, "Oh, this was a bad idea."
But all of the crabs are so fucking happy, they just start swarming. Like, they love it. You hear one little crab go, "Hey, yeah, buddy, that was awesome. Thank you." Nom, 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 nom.
Well, now that the crabs are all in one place.
Was this Umberly
Fireball?
character?
Hmm?
Was this Umberly character in league with the Cult of the
So,
Storm?
the Storm siblings are her children, and they're trying to bring her back to life. I think she was like put into like a permanent kind of torpor kind of situation,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they're trying to wake her back up.
Correct. It's more complicated than that, but it's more or less
more
correct.
complicated than that.
Interesting.
Way back when the Cult of the Storm and the Children of the Living Word were fighting with each other, and Umberly was getting all uppity in the material plane, and so the druids helped put her to sleep.
Was
And they
it
were
Umberly
trying.
who was asleep?
Hmm?
Hmm?
No, I didn't hear the question.
So, was it Umberly that was put to sleep?
That was
Oh,
what we were
wait a
told.
second.
Ah.
Notes, 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 notes. Other notes. Those notes. Shabba-ba-da-boo-ba.
Babidi boopy.
So I
Did
believe
I
it was the
entirely
Living
wrong?
Word tried to kill Umberly.
So, the
And it was
living word
Umberly's mother.
succeeded in killing Umberly.
Yeah, Umberly's dead. It was Umberly's mother that was put to sleep, whose name I
Right.
do not seem to have taken down.
Right.
She has many. If you would like me to recount all of them, I can absolutely do that once I have the so she is known as Seraphim, the Midnight Serpent, the Mother of the Maelstrom, the Eternal Storm, and the Weaver of the Hurricane.
Right.
Seraphim the Midnight Serpent?
All
Yep.
nicknames that are a sign of just a friendly demeanor, really
Oh yeah,
just shirt off your back kind of person.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, cut the shirt off of your back.
Yeah.
Put you through your shirt into
Yeah.
your back. Stab you
Cut-
through your
Just
shirt.
kind of cut you in half and
Into
take
your
the shirt off.
Now, I haven't been around long enough to be terribly familiar with these
Yeah,
interactions. But I know an omen when I see one, and I see the dragon being consumed by the crab.
Mhm.
Is that of any significance, you think?
Seems like it.
We have reason to believe that the Storm Goddess is preventing people from among the Cult of the Storm from actually, dying the long death.
I suppose that makes sense with what the Conclave was afraid of.
I suspect these crabs may be part of the mechanism of reincarnating her fallen servants.
Maybe we should dispose of the body. But how are we going to do that when the rain's coming down this hard?
Let the crabs eat it.
Yeah,
That
but they're
might
saying the
mean
crab might be the
we gotta.
resurrection.
Yes, but if the crabs eat it, Sir Domino, it could be resurrected. It could be the way they're resurrecting things.
They may take all of that flesh back to their mistress in the seas.
Nick's
Or
just like
animate its
kind of
corpse.
looks and says, "I don't. Was there crabs on that other dude? I didn't see his body."
We
Beyond
kind of
the
I didn't
scattered
see any.
looking for his sister.
Well, the other fellow that you had with you at the time took the armor off. The blue, not the blue man. Was it blue man? It
Yep,
was blue man.
It was Blue Man.
Blue Man,
Yes, they are
also
blue.
known as Strobos.
Yeah,
He looked crustacean-y
we've
when we
lost
fought him.
Scott, by the way.
Yep,
He'll be back.
yep. But he had
Wait,
a kind of crustacean energy about him.
Crustacean energy. He was
He did.
quite crabby.
Oh God.
He had like his body was made of like the same sort of shell that these crabs are made of.
oh, maybe they're
Yeah.
merging.
That's my worry.
That's cool.
I vote for
I mean,
crushing
that's
the
bad.
crabs.
So we get to stomping.
Grab your boots, it's weasel stomping day.
I don't know if killing the crabs will solve the problem. I
Can't
think
we
it's the
cook them?
body.
I do enjoy crab legs.
So, Domino, are you able to sanctify the corpse in any way?
Hmm.
Well, I can give it blessings, but I don't know that it would sanctify it per se.
We can see how the crabs react to it, and then we can try something if it doesn't work.
Definitely.
Do
Okay,
paladins
well,
have
hurry
access
up
to
and
ceremony?
figure it out because I'm getting soaked.
Uh,
Hmm.
I have
All
no
right,
solution
well,
for that.
let's give it a whirl. The blessings of Bahamut. May it lead your dragonly soul towards the colors of light and away from darkness. May you rest in eternal peace, evil dragon. And I'll splash some holy water on it.
So as you splash some holy water on it, the jaw of the dragon like kind of shudders and then shifts the tiniest bit before a stream of crabs just like pour out of this thing's open maw and just scuttle off into the rain.
Oh. I think that did something.
Cool.
Um,
Do you? I don't know how to say this in
That
character.
doesn't feel good. Like it's a
Do
good
you
thing.
have protect from evil prepared?
hmm.
I don't know how to
Always.
ask in character. Always.
Um, are any of our characters Fidget? You should still be pretty good at art, right? You may not be an artificer anymore, but you can still draw.
Yeah, I mean, I can forge you a document if that's what you're looking for.
Fidget, with Sir Domino's direction, would you be able to mark the corpse of this dragon with the sigil of Bahamut?
Oh, sigils is my jam. Yeah, I could totally do that. Yes.
Sir
Is
Domino,
that
do
what
you
the
think
ardent
you could?
artificer means?
Yeah, kinda. Sir Domino, do you think you could direct Fidget uh, uh, in the sigil of Bahamut? Any way that we can perhaps sanctify this beast before we journey on?
Easy enough. The signal's right here on my shield.
Wonderful.
Okay. Great. What should I roll for this?
That depends. How do you plan on do you plan on painting it or do you kind of plan on carving it?
Oh. Uh-huh. I just had an idea.
War crimes.
I close my eyes for a moment and I quietly ask, would the Mother of Ravens accept this soul?
I already have.
Then what are the crabs doing?
Getting rid of the body.
Is there a chance we'll run into this thing again? Animated in some fashion?
Going to be honest, I don't have the slightest of ideas.
Okay. Okay.
This magic
then-
is beyond my reach. And that is precisely why I have you as an extension of my arm. Do you understand?
I do. I'll do my best.
Also, my faculties are not at their strongest currently. So, try not to contact me unless the situation is dire.
Apologies.
You feel the presence kind of recede from your mind.
I reach into my pack and grab a piece of my old artificer clothing that I no longer use.
Mhm.
Tear a large strip, wrap it around my face, and then I say, Domino, let's go carve that sigil into its heart.
Oh, metal as fuck.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to take a break.
Yeah, dude.
See you soon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Melody of the Maelstrom. The last we left off, Fidget is going to be metal as fuck, and
As I do.
carve the sigil of Bahamut under the heart of this fucking dragon.
Hell yeah, bro.
So now we go back into the meat of it, into the thick of it.
Okay.
Get yourself
I'm gonna
a Dragonite.
So here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna enter the cavity of this dragon, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna carve my way to the heart with my soul knives, and then I'm gonna. Oh, actually, I can't use the soul knife to cut the. Damn, I didn't think of that. I can't use the soul knife to cut the sigil because it doesn't leave marks. So I have to find something else. Yeah.
That's also metal as fuck.
That's
Oh, you know what I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use the knife that I got from those werewolves way back in the day.
Ooh.
Werewolf.
Finally
knife.
putting that shit to use.
Talk
Yeah.
about
I
a
think
deep
there were silver
cut.
blades. I think. Yeah. Right.
Oh, that was a pun.
I'm
take it. take it.
perfectly happy being the only one
Actually-
laughing at it.
Without telling you why, that is the most clutch use of that weapon that I could possibly think of.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm
Hype.
glad you're not going to tell me. I'm just going to know that I did it right. Yeah. Okay. So that's
Or
what we're going to
did
do. I'm
you?
gonna pop that knife in, in my belt, and off we go.
Okay. I'm going to save all of you as well as the audience my description of this because I've already grossed you guys out once today. I don't really want to do it again. So you do the thing.
So can I just add like a tiny bit of flavor
Absolutely.
as I like
Heart
kind of
flavor?
as Domino and I kind of force open the chest cavity and work our way in. I'm halfway in and I just go, "Don't worry, there's a free shower when we're done." And then I push myself through.
Of all the days to climb into a
All of
dragon.
a sudden, the rain stops.
Right?
Oh shit! You just
I had to go to pull an Andy Dufresne.
Damn it! Really? For fuck's sake. Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, so yeah. Domino, do you wanna lead the charge, or do you want me to?
I had enough. It's all you now.
All right.
So you remember that scene from Pacific Rim where they're walking around inside of the kaiju?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Kinda what
inside a kaiju.
imagining right now. Yeah, you're inside a kaiju.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Cool.
mean, it's a kaiju for you. It's a bit of a squeeze for Domino because this is only a large creature. So
True.
Just picture yourself as Ron Perlman.
Oh no.
don't picture yourself as Rob Perlman. That movie didn't turn out well for him. Okay, so you crawl into this chest cavity, and with the guidance of Domino, who's there for you. He's being a good wingman.
Being a bro.
Being a super bro. Man, I thought they smelled bad on the outside.
Don't worry, you got this, bro. I'm right here.
You
On the outside.
carve the sigil of Bahamut directly onto the heart
Okay.
of this dragon, and then probably leave the chest cavity as promptly as you possibly can.
Yes, that's exactly what I do. I'm also looking for evidence, like as we go, of other crabs. Do I see any?
You see a bunch.
Okay.
They appear to be doing what crab do, and just eating this corpse.
Once I carve the sigil, do I notice any change?
So you immediately see like a flurry of movement as all of the crabs just scatter.
Okay. Before we make our exit, I turn to Domino and say, "You're the last rites guy. Any words before we go?"
May the 7 blessings of Bahamut direct this dragon to greener pastures and away from the depths of the oceans. Throw some holy water on it.
What he said.
The thing.
Yeah, and then we make our exit.
Okay. So you guys make your exit covered in gore. And thankfully, as you pretty rightfully said, there is a free shower. I'm assuming you guys spend a few minutes just kind of like trying to actively rinsing all of the blood off of you.
Yep. I mean, the thing I had wrapped around my face comes off, and it just gets.
Yep.
She's gone.
Nyx looks impressed.
Bovidius looks impressed, if a little off-put.
I'm like cleaning little bits out of my hair.
Yeah, you're just like
I'm like,
picking. Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh, why is?
Oh, I think that was Ovi's cousin.
There's a new metal
that's
song
good.
covered in dragon gore.
There you go.
As they're
Covered
cleaning
in
themselves
dragon
off,
gore.
I stomp on a couple of crabs that are scuttling by, the stragglers.
Stumpity,
It's
stumpity,
pretty
stimp,
obvious
stompity.
they're magical crabs at this point. To Bovidius at least. And to Kyle.
Any reason to stick around?
I think you've done good work, if the reaction of those crabs is any indication. I feel comfortable moving on.
Same.
Let's get out of here.
I agree.
Forward we go.
Admir's already a little bit down the path. That's why he's so far away. I concur. Yes.
You guys still there?
Indubitably.
I hawk one final loogie in the direction of the dragon corpse before we go.
Okay.
I
I
honk
kick
one
its
final
jaw
talk.
walking by.
Yeah,
What was
Nyx
that?
also gives it a passing kick as she goes by.
I said, Kyle, you hawk one final twat.
No. The rug pull, man. The rug pull.
Oh, she wasn't responsible.
We move along.
All right. So as the day continues, so does the rain. And as all of you begin just winding your way through this mountain pass, there are certain areas where you realize that it's going to be incredibly difficult to traverse just because this is where all of the water is beginning to gather. So there's one particular area where you come up to it and you can see that there's this vast expanse of water that appears to be quite deep, as there was like a fissure that's kind of opened up in the earth and all of the rainwater is beginning to collect there. So essentially there's like sheer drops on either side and just this like 30-foot expanse of water that you guys are going to have to trudge through, and you don't know how deep it goes in certain places. You just see like the surface of the water that is consistently being disturbed by the constant harrying of raindrops, and so the surface of the water isn't clear. You can't see down into the dark depths of however deep this water goes.
Is there any sort of like tree branches or like any like points where I might be able to like affix a rope and swing across?
There's one particular very, very stubborn tree that's kind of growing like a little bit this way and then straight up out of a crack about 15 feet up, about halfway across.
Okay. In that case, I would like to take my 50 feet of rope and my crowbar out of my backpack and try to make some sort of makeshift grappling hook and try to get a rope around that tree so that we can potentially use it to swing across.
Yeah, I will absolutely allow that.
Gonna have to leave the cart behind.
If we had a zip line,
We're back to the zip line.
We have the zip line. No.
This was off stream. The zip line is going to be a continuous running joke.
No. No. No.
If there was a time for a zip line, this is it, though.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can zip line down the other side.
would prefer not to leave the cart behind if we can avoid it. Although Nyx is no longer an invalid, so have we more or less outgrown our need for the cart?
Personally, I feel like where we're going, we're probably safer and more capable without the hindrance of the cart.
Does anybody object to leaving the cart and the horses behind? They may be safer out of our company.
Not at all.
Sure.
No.
Atenmir, would you...
We're headed to a druid grove of some sort. Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's what I was told to expect.
So they might be able to provide us with whatever we need once we get there.
Indeed. Atenmir, would you let the horses know that they are free to return to the druids that offered them to us in the first place?
Sure. Do you guys know how to get on?
Yeah.
Sassy horse?
All horses.
Yeah.
He just goes, of course I do. Oh, shit.
Doy.
Obviously.
The Ekman formerly known as Prince?
Well, we won't be needing you to drag this along any longer.
Oh, thank God.
I always thought horses liked working.
No. No. No.
Come on, girls.
Well, if you want to run away, we're not gonna say nothing. You know.
Yeah, he immediately like throws his head over his shoulder and goes, "Ladies, onward!"
How civil's that?
All right. As the heaviest among us, I will test the security of the tree.
Whoa, what? Hold on. If you're the heaviest,
Shouldn't you go last?
yeah.
Povidius thinks about it for a moment.
Because then we're all stuck here. Once we're on the other
Yeah.
side, we might be able to throw a rope.
I
Sorry.
see the wisdom in these words.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second. What are we doing? That's in
Swinging
character.
across.
Swinging across the gap.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I need to make a check or anything to like fix the crowbar to the tree?
How
or...
big?
No, but you're gonna have to make a
How
check
big-
to
Yeah.
swing.
How big is the gap?
30 feet.
How big is the cart?
The parabola, like, it works.
How big is the cart?
It was like 5 feet wide, 10 feet long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Do you just want me to bring you over? You can swing. I don't mind.
What do you mean, bring us over?
I can be a lot of things.
Good point.
Yeah, now that I think about it, horses are actually incredibly good swimmers.
Okay.
I mean, so
fuck.
are otters.
Can you turn into a giant otter?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Why
Either
not?
that or I bring back
What about a
other
turtle?
Octopi friends.
It's technically a giant mustelid, so I'd allow it.
I'm not a moon. I'm not a moon boy, so I'm limited, I think, to CR2.
Oh my god, are you gonna summon 7 giant otters to have them tow everybody across?
Again with the 7 others. What am I? Oh, CR half. No way.
What about a sea turtle?
Crocodile,
Crocodile works.
a reef shark.
Not so
You
good
might
on
have-
land.
You might have some problems with a shark.
Okay.
Crocodile's pretty sweet, and if you run into any trouble inside the water, you're kind of good.
I am become apex predator. Crocodile form. Go.
Druids.
Oh, that's how I do it
Continuing
too.
to be OP as fuck.
That's how I do it too. Like he does this, and then he morphs
and then
like an animorph
that's
into the.
awesome.
Like full Animorph style. I love that, dude.
Yeah.
That's great.
Fuck yeah.
Whenever he turns into a ram, he does this. Aw.
That's great. That's canon now. That's how I'm doing it every time.
I love everything about that.
This is great.
Fantastic.
If Nick turns into a bear ever again, she has to like go rah and turn.
So the crocodile, it's like same color he was, like blue, weird color.
Okay.
I'm a blue crocodile.
This weird this off shade of blue. I love it.
All right.
Hell yeah. All right, so I can't say it, but
Just
All right.
I do the crocodile. Yeah, okay.
Whoever wants to ride the Crocodile Express,
I
now
hop on.
boarding.
I'm gonna say that you can carry maximum 2 people at a time.
That's fair.
So if it was
Vidius
me and
has to go by
Bovidius,
himself.
I was gonna say if it's me and Bovidius, is that equivalent to 2 people?
No, but Vidius has to go by himself.
I still want to do my
Both
swing.
and I have to go by ourselves.
You can absolutely do your swing.
I'm doing my swing.
If
Oh,
you miss though,
You're gonna be
if you
comical.
if you miss, try and land on me and get a jump check to complete it.
Yeah, just Super Mario
What is it,
hop,
Frogger?
Goomba Stomp fidget.
Frogger.
That's cool.
The end
I
of
like that.
fidget.
Wah, 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 wah. All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'll wait for everybody
I
else to get
still-
across, and then I'll do my swing.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Atmir, you begin ferrying Fidget across, and
Rocco
Fidget
Mirror.
again, like this is just a vast amount of water that is pooled here. You're not entirely sure how deep this particular space goes, and you realize as you're crossing it, it might have actually been incredibly beneficial that this is now full of water instead of it just being a sheer drop.
My first thought.
As Atmir ferries you to the other side and just kind of pulls up like boat style and just lets you hop off.
Yeah, I hop off and then I start looking around at the area on the other side and thinking about how we're going to get back across if there's no water here.
Oh,
Hopefully that tree's
Well-
dirty.
Mm-hmm.
I can't communicate. Can you brain me? Brain speak me. Brain speaking.
Oh, you could have asked how do you feel, Charlotte, about me doing this before?
It's it's a little late
Yeah.
now, unfortunately.
is.
That's
Yeah.
Okay,
You can't communicate
Crocco-
if you want to be brained.
that's fine. Crocomir will like walk over to Fidget and like I'll make the noise, the rolling like Croco noise. You know, I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Snap.
He's becoming territorial.
There's something wrong with his medulla oblongata.
Can I roll insight or something?
I mean, yeah, it's probably nature, really. He's
Okay, yeah, no, I have points in nature, so that works. Yeah. Or I should say I have intelligence, which helps.
That's awkward.
as I said, he has become
Never mind.
territorial.
Yeah. I rolled a 5 for the audience.
He's making that bellowing noise that they make when they're trying to attract mates and tell everybody else to
So I
fuck
go,
off.
go, be free.
His animal instinct is
Okay.
taking over. Fidget's in trouble.
I make myself big, and I go, "Rah!
Roll me an athletics check.
Return to the other shore."
With advantage?
Why
I thought
would
you
get
just-
advantage?
Well, I thought I heard you. I was just trying to confirm.
No.
Okay,
Just
so
athletics.
check straight up. It's a 12.
So It's not graceful by any
Nope.
way, shape, or form.
I was rushing.
It is the most awkward looking Tarzan swing that anybody has ever done in the existence of, but it's functional. It's not
He's
fashionable.
just flailing.
It's more of a George of the
And
Jungle swing.
you kind
than
of
anything, really.
yeah, you slide a little bit on the dismount.
It's probably
almost
muddy.
lose your footing. Yeah, it wasn't graceful by any means of the word, but you got across.
And I'll immediately go over to between Fidget and Atmir and be like, "Whoa, whoa, big guy, you're okay. We're all friends here, remember?
Keep your thumbs where I can see them.
Just what's the thing that Chris Pratt does like this?
Oh my god.
Hey, big guy, sun's getting real low.
Yeah. Wanna go? Wanna go?
Oh, whoa.
Admir, tired of
Easy
this
boy.
bullshit, goes back into the river. He's
Better with
gonna
animals
swim
than I
for a
thought.
couple minutes. He's gonna swim for a couple minutes and see if there's some sort of like formation underwater that'll like come back up when it rains.
Oh, so he just like his eyes narrow and then he just dives.
Yeah, just like meh.
Just like fuck this shit, I'm out. So you dive down and about 40 feet down, you see all of these jagged pieces of rock that have like these animal skeletons just kind of nestled in between them, like things have fallen to their death in this particular picture.
I understand. Admir will pick up a skeleton and then bring it back to shore. And
So he emerges from the water with like with a mountain goat skull just like clamped in between his jaws and like just like, slides up onto the shore with it, deposits it, and then slides back into the water.
Fidget turns to Bovidius is like, I think we lost him here.
Indeed,
Oh,
the
no.
animal nature may have taken over.
Oh,
Wait.
can that happen?
No, it can't, you idiots.
She's on the other side of the river. She can't hear.
You can.
But I will turn down, ignoring her. I will continue to talk to Fidget and say, perhaps if you spoke into his head, you could pull him back.
Yeah, I could do that. Sorry, these new abilities are kind of.
It's only Baranthazar can hear what Charlotte said.
Watch it, buddy.
It's not metagaming because I know that he can do it.
Just say, watch it. You're tiptoeing along that metagaming line. You're fucking
Admir-
dancing along the edge of it, and I will catch you if you do it.
The heck
I'll
Okay,
just
so-
do a wild shape.
I can do it with up to 3 creatures. So I'm going to do it with Bovidius, Atmir, and Baranthazar.
All right.
Now I get to roll to see how long it lasts. So let's roll that. It's a D8. So for 5 hours, I can communicate with you guys telepathically.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So Nyx, despite the fact that she's being ignored, is gonna be like, Atmir, come here. We'll fucking prove it. Womp, 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 womp. She like awkwardly climbs onto your back and just like sits down. It would be so funny if you fucking just bit her and started drowning her in this moment.
Definitely.
Oh shit!
As you get back in the water, you hear Fidget say, "Can you guys hear me?"
Hi.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear
Oh.
you fine.
Oh, thank God, he's still okay.
Yeah,
What were
guys
you trying?
freaking out for?
What were you freaking out for?
Oh, at the bottom of this is a lot of spikes and a lot of skeletons.
Oh,
So we might need to find a different way back.
I'm already thinking about that, but yes, thank you.
Okay. So after Atten finishes ferrying the fair female Facross,
You can't just. You can't just. You can't.
You think of like ferrying the fair female forth?
there you go. I didn't eat the fish. Okay. Like,
The only thing I disagree with is fair. And, he just
Fair.
awkwardly dismounts? Question mark.
okay. Wild shape ends. All right.
Leaving
Onward.
Domino and Berthasar behind? And
I thought
Rendell?
we ferry everyone across. You know,
Yeah.
we do one by one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
Okay.
For the sake of saving time,
Yeah.
this is absolutely fine. So all of you managed to get across this water feature that has now created itself.
Mhm. I like
And
that you call it a water feature.
it's
That's
a water
cool.
feature. It is.
I don't know how effectively I'd be able to retrieve my rope, so I'm just going to tie the end off to another tree so that if we need to, we can swing back across on the return.
Okay. That's a good note. All right, so as all of you again continue through this mountain pass, you realize that the walls of this pass are just kind of beginning to extend upwards for hundreds of feet on either side of you. And it's almost a little bit claustrophobic as the space begins to get smaller width-wise, but the height just seems to increase exponentially as you realize that you're making your way towards a choke point.
I'm gonna quickly look for another way, maybe a steep path or handholds to climb before it gets too tall to manage.
But Fidget, it's my hole. It belongs to me.
I'm sorry.
Never mind.
So the point where you guys would have maybe delved onto a different path has already gone by.
Okay.
So there's like you get to a point where it comes to that choke, where you have two options. There's a small like goat's path that goes up and over the choke, or you can try and make your way like by kind of trying to squeeze through it and do a little bit of like those splunking maneuvers.
I mean, I don't like the idea of being trapped.
Mhm.
So
Nobody really does.
No.
yeah, so I'm probably gonna take the goat's path
Okay.
if I can.
Yeah.
So it is in order to take the goat's path, it's an athletics or an acrobatics check,
All right.
whichever you prefer.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Is it worse rain here, or is it better with the height?
That's an 18.
I don't understand the question.
Are we in any way sheltered from the rain?
No. I mean,
Oh.
you're sheltered from like the diagonal rain, but it's still pouring
pouring
down.
down.
You guys are still pretty soaked.
It's
So an
probably
18,
like a
yeah,
rivulet
you just
down the path
Yeah.
at this point. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like just a gigantic smooth waterfall.
Fun.
Cool.
No, yeah, eventually this area might be full of water as well. If the rain continues the way that this does. So yeah, you just with an 18, you just kind of scamper over the goat path with relative ease and end up on the other side.
Cool. I'm gonna scout and see if there's anything ahead of us that might be trouble, because I'm feeling a little antsy.
You don't see it as the path just kind of takes a hard bank to the right, but you can hear it. There seems to be this like the sound of a large amount of water moving just somewhere off to the right.
I'm gonna take it slow and try and find a way to get a look at it.
Okay. So you go around the corner and you can see that there's a relatively large waterfall that has begun to that has formed. So it's kind of cascading down where there was a path upwards, but now it's completely blocked off by the fact that there's like this torrential amount of water that's just impacting and then falling down into this particular cavern, and it's like running in rivulets down the expanse of this stone, and is beginning to run towards that choke point where everybody is trying to move through.
Yeah, I start running back.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't. I send a telepathic message.
Hey.
Okay.
Guys, get out of that choke point now. The water is coming.
All right.
Understood.
Now, to be clear, I don't have telepathic connection with everybody.
Yep.
Well, obviously, we relay the message to Nyx and Domino and Brendel. We have to move now.
Okay.
More water's coming.
Do we go up? Obviously, up and over then is the.
Yes. We
Yeah.
must follow Fidget.
Okay, so I need everybody to make me an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Does anybody have any rope they can toss me?
Mine's gone.
I'm looking because I think I might actually have.
I have rope I could toss you.
I have 50 feet of rope.
I almost always have rope, like as a player, but my character wouldn't have rope, so I chose not to let him have rope, and I hated that, but I did it.
I rolled a natural 18.
Awesome.
Okay.
Very nice.
So yeah,
that's-
you just climb up and over with no problems. You find handholds and footholds with no issue at all.
I rolled a dirty 20.
I'm imagining, Bavidius, you climb about halfway and then just jump the rest of the way.
Yeah, probably.
I also rolled a dirty 20.
All right.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, all of you were doing extremely well.
If only this was a dragon we were attacking.
Oh, Nyx does a fucking flip.
That's
Nat 20.
Rolled a 25.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, she just climbs across and like up a little bit further than she was probably supposed to, and then just like comes down on the other side.
Okay.
So if Atmir, actually, have you? I think you're the only one who's left.
For what?
And Domino. Domino hasn't rolled yet.
And Domino. No, Domino.
No, he got an
Domino
18.
rolled an 18.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Are you still a crocodilian, sir?
No, I ended it a while ago.
Okay.
I rolled a 15 plus relevant modifier.
Okay. So a 15 plus relative modifier does succeed. There's a point where you feel the rock shift under your feet and it kind of drops out from under you, but you manage to catch yourself at the very last second, as if you just succeeded in crossing this particular precipice, and make your way to the other side.
Okay. I'm going to continue taking point unless somebody has objection to it, because I have the telepathic connection.
Go for it.
I have a genuine question.
Okay.
How deep does water need to be in order for water walk to apply?
I would say a couple inches.
Okay.
But there's really not much point to water walk unless the water is
Right
much
now.
deeper than a few inches.
You said that the water coming from in between the stone was a solid waterfall, correct?
Correct.
He wants
No,
to go uppies.
that's not. That's not.
He wants to go
how,
uppies.
That's not how water walk works. Water walk turns you into Jesus, not Jesus Spider-Man.
If you target a creature submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round.
The surface is the top of the water, so you'd be standing sideways, but you wouldn't be able to move up.
Okay, I can buy that. Okay.
Yeah, it brings you to
Anyway.
the closest surface. Like,
Yeah,
Anyway.
'cause technically
turn
the
it into
surface
a
would be
fucking
like
ladder.
the direction
the
it's
surface
flowing.
would be the
right?
entire, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
Okay, I get it.
Anyway.
Good conversation, though.
for
I enjoyed
fuck's
that.
sake. We have-
He's a chaos demon.
I love this stuff. This
It's
is what I
on
Can
live
the
I
for.
spell
eat
list.
myself
Yep.
up a waterfall
Yep.
because I have a very particular spell, Charlotte? Like, why won't you let me do fun things?
Well, the answer is always maybe, so you ask.
I'm not mad. Now I know. That's it. I'm good.
I will say,
All's well.
one day I do want to turn a waterfall into an elevator. That
That sounds
awesome.
cool as hell.
There is going to be a day where you're going to ask me a very specific question, and I'm going to be like, why, though? Because I want to know why
I'm
you
always
want to
honest.
know before I answer your question, sir.
I will tell you exactly what team I have. So Fidget's taking points, and then I guess the rest of us
Okay,
will just
so
like,
there's a space that you guys can move through to go like to kind of edge your way around this waterfall, but you have to press yourselves against the rock and just kind of scoot yourselves a little bit sideways.
Okay.
Otherwise, you might get bludgeoned by the water that is now falling, dozens of feet. So yeah, this is going to be an acrobatics check only.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
balls.
Ooh,
So that's another 18.
Sunny's being really nice to everybody tonight.
Can we wait till someone gets up there and toss them a rope?
Oh, yeah.
Dirty 20.
So this isn't a particular point where a rope
Yeah.
would be helpful.
We're shimmying.
Because if you don't shimmy, the water's gonna hit you.
Okay, I got you. How about a natural 11? And my dex is 17.
So that's 14 in total.
Yes.
Ooh.
Missed.
So, Domino, you start scooching. So, sorry, Nyx just kind of shuffles her way through and has no issues whatsoever. As does Fidget, who just follows immediately behind, or goes first. This doesn't actually matter.
Doesn't really matter.
And Domino, you start, shuffling your way through, and unfortunately, you turn your shoulder like a moment too soon, before you manage to exit like this area where the danger is, and you immediately feel like the weight of all of this water begin to slam into your shoulder to the point where there's so much pressure that you can feel like all of the tendons and ligaments just hyperextending, and you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch. I got a 17 acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Okay. So everybody just kind of shuffles through, and Domino's like, "Ow, ow!" Fuck.
Would you like to know what I rolled, Charlotte?
Yes, I
Oh,
absolutely.
God.
5.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Gonna add another one of these. There.
But you have water walk though, so like, what are we even worried about, right? Like,
Does your elements help at all?
I'm gonna go with no.
You know
on
what?
that
When I come out on the other side, bludgeoned by stone, I will be completely dry. It's amazing.
This is true.
So, Atmir, you actually you get halfway through and then slip on the super slick wet rock, and actually slide to the point where your legs and your torso are in this waterfall, being bludgeoned by the water. You're gonna take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, but you manage to drag yourself back up and kind of scooch just throw yourself the rest of the way over, so that you're no longer under this torrential torrent of water. I'm doing a lot of alliterations tonight, and I'm enjoying it.
I need to make a roll. I need to ensure the safety of protein. What do you want me to roll?
So the moment you slip, you hear and protein just takes off. He's like, nope,
Good protein.
no protein. No water.
Shit,
job.
I'm out.
Not wet. No wet.
Okay.
Do not like the wet.
So I took 8 points.
Yes.
Okay.
That's also kind of why I had your legs and your torso go in, because I couldn't put your head in. He's near your head.
Dash against the stone, Atomir will scramble to his feet and pursue at a slower pace toward his compatriots. Parried by the 8 damage.
My spirit is roused.
making dispirited noises such as and fuck.
In the truest
Yeah,
Hey,
adventuring
wait, are we playing
tradition.
D&D or recording a radio serial?
Why not both?
Who next time?
Refusing to be disparaged. All right.
Yeah, see, it looked like you got a
Thank
little
God
water in
Scott
your face.
you like, I shut the fuck up.
You shook when you shoulda shimmy.
Not you, not you,
Oh,
Scott.
why ever
Different
did we
Scott.
come to these Americas?
All right, squirrel. Uh,
No, I'm Moose.
don't bring other fauna into this.
No, that's literally my nickname at karaoke. Ask
Don't
It is
Kyle.
bring
his
other
name.
fauna into this. All right. Okay, so as you guys continue to travel for the rest of the day, you the rest of the pass seems to be rather passable.
Press.
And as the day continues, you guys can see the sight of the very large mountain that just kind of begins looming closer and closer and blots out more of the horizon as you get closer to it until it's all you can see as you look up, and it towers thousands of stories above the area where you are standing now. And a few hundred feet in front of all of you, you can see like through the jagged sort of edges, there's still a clear line of sight to a very large, almost perfectly circular hole that just kind of seems to have been burrowed directly into the side of this mountain.
Oh. I examined the wall.
Where you are, or 100 feet down?
Wait, are we at the hole?
No, you guys are 100 feet away from the hole currently.
I
I'd
don't
like to get
approach the hole
closer
yet.
and examine the hole.
I'm not getting closer until I check the area, because holes suggest guards and traps and that kind of stuff.
But also,
Yeah.
oh no, please, your thing first.
Okay, cool. So what should I roll? Perception, investigation? Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Well, come on, man! You go up and lick the
Oh, I know.
wall. Lick the fucking
Ooh.
wall, and I'll let you roll an investigation check. How about that?
That's a nat 1.
Don't lick it.
Oh,
that's actually with a modifier of -1. That is a 0.
That is a 0.
You immediately
I go blind.
You tilt your head a little too far back, and a couple raindrops fall directly into your eyes. Oh god! Oh god! Oh.
It stings.
Why is it chlorinated? What the fuck?
Okay, I'm blinking that off for a good while.
Yep.
Mhm.
Would anybody else like to try to perceive?
Sure, I'll take
Yeah,
a stab
fuck it.
at it.
Can't roll.
Add
You
both
can't
dice.
roll worse than 0, right?
I rolled perfectly average.
Okay.
A 10.
I rolled a 16.
Awesome.
Hey.
Okay, so Bavidius, you just see this perfectly circular hole, and like there's just this void that appears to be immediately on the other side, and your eyes can't seem to delve into this darkness. But Berentazar, you can't see really anything other than, you know, when you look into the eyes of a predator and you can see that light refracting off of their retinas in the darkness?
Yes.
That's what you see.
It's a
There
spider.
are 2 eyes looking at you from the dark, watching.
Well,
Nice
I
to
don't
see
see
you.
anything
Moment-
out of the
Something in
ordinary.
The
there.
moment you see them, it recedes into the void and disappears.
There's something in there.
It's got a
Is
lot of
the
note
interior
to it.
is the interior of the wall visible from where we are?
if you roll high enough. But you guys are looking through rain, like over 100 feet into a dark space. Like, this is an incredibly difficult roll.
Pat and Miro turn to the group. You guys ever see worms?
I mean, I know they exist.
Living on the plains, you
Strange
grow up
way to
hearing
say it.
stories of the great worms.
I haven't spent
Yeah.
a lot of time looking at the ground in my life, I guess.
Oh, I just realized. This is out of game. It's in my head.
That's where you and I differ. I spent a lot of time with paper and torches, not a lot of time looking at the dirt.
I like dirt. It's an
I've heard a
oddly
lot about it.
circular hole. You know?
You're right.
It's almost like a
Indeed.
burrow.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
An
Pointing at
astute
Balthazar.
observation, Marinthazar.
You don't think it could be one of them giant purple ones, do you?
Oh,
I heard those were extinct.
As did I, but I've seen a bunch of shit recently that
that is true.
that blows my mind.
What purple things are we talking about?
Purple worms.
Is that all they are?
They're gigantic. They're carnivorous, and
They can
we're on the
swallow
menu of
multiple
phase
men
one.
whole at one time.
I heard they shoot lightning, or is that a myth?
That's a myth.
That's a myth.
They spew
I don't know.
acid or poison or something.
I've already been killed by
Okay.
one crawler. I'd rather not be killed by a second.
Yeah, maybe we should avoid that hole at all costs.
I agree.
Is there
It could
another
also
option?
be for all we know, it could be the Guardian as well, because I only saw 2 eyes, and as far as I know, worms have more than 2.
You saw 2
Indeed.
eyes?
I saw 2. Well, I saw something that looked like 2 eyes that was reflecting.
What shape are the eyes?
Perfect
They looked.
circles.
Sorry, what did you say, Charlotte?
Perfect circles.
They were perfect circles.
How far apart?
It's really
I'm
hard to
not
tell
sure.
from that distance. You're not
It
sure.
was hard to tell. It was hard to tell. It's dark in there. I saw the reflection off the eyes.
Attenmere, you're
Why
the
me?
resident animal expert. What kind of creature would have round eyes and live in the dark?
Fuck, it could have been a giant mole for all I know.
Cats! And I start looking at the sky again.
I don't know. Bad.
Hmm.
Bear?
What?
It's I don't know. Nature check. 8 plus 4, 12. Charlotte, how do animals work?
There are many. There are many animals
There are.
that have circular forward-facing eyes that live in caves. Like,
Whatever we do,
Vente
whatever we
They
Diaboli.
say that's not the way we need to go in, though.
Domino's doing something. What are we doing?
Vente Diaboli, I will detect evil.
Okay,
Hey,
great.
there you go. Detect worms.
what's the range on Detect Evil? It's like 30 feet or something, right?
I think so.
You guys are 100 feet away.
Okay, so we get closer.
So we get
Oh.
closer.
How long
Yeah.
does
I'll go
detect evil last?
closer.
Be right
I'll
back.
go within 30 feet.
I'll join
Okay.
him.
I'll go with him.
Yeah. We die together.
Yep.
So, as all of you just kind of creep forwards, so that you're within 30 feet of the mouth of this particular cave, you guys can see. Now all of you can see just this, in this perfectly spherical void of darkness, these 2 eyes just kind of like move forwards out of the darkness to the point where you can only see that light refracting on the back of retinas, and you can begin to see shadows of an incredibly tall, lanky body and a very elongated skull that kind of surrounds these refracting eyes with these protrusions that kind of go outwards and down, but also outwards and up in a series of different directions from this thing's head. And you can only really see outlines at this point, but whatever this thing is, it is horrifying.
I've got
Does
my
the
knife.
And
detect evil
you
go off?
no. So you don't smell anything particularly. It's an incredibly neutral smell. So it's not anything that smells good, but it's also not anything that smells. It's like the smell of earth, like freshly tilled earth. It's not a fantastic smell, but it's not a bad one either.
Well, I'll
I don't
pull
know
my
a lot about
sword and my
nature.
shield,
Yeah, go
and
ahead.
I'll start going forward.
Okay,
I don't know a lot about nature, but I'm going to roll a nature check.
absolutely.
I got a 9. Probably not very helpful.
You know enough about nature to know that this thing is not natural in the least.
Hmm.
As
Hmm.
Domino takes a few steps forwards, and like this bony skeletal hand like shoots out of the darkness and slams into the ground, like curling and digging claws into the ground to the point where they like pierce the stone before it recedes back into the darkness. And you hear a voice. Ona trata.
Come forth, you wicked beast, or step aside so we may pass.
It simply repeats the phrase. Ona trata. Attenmere,
What did I do?
as somebody who speaks Druidic.
All right.
This directly translates to druids only.
It seems this is a druid-only club.
And this must be the
Well,
guardian that we were warned about.
So Nix and I will have to negotiate our way in.
Seems fair.
we'll wait here in the rain.
Agreed.
I'm sorry about the rain.
You didn't make it. It's all good.
Nix, Joey.
Okay.
You ever talked to a
So-
skeleton before?
Have you?
No.
We
What
have.
have you talked to them about?
Yeah, we have.
So, you both step into the cave.
Wait,
Yep.
fidget.
Hmm?
Brain melt. Change
Mhm.
to Nix.
I got you. Yeah, it lasts for 5 hours. We're good.
I mean, is it on Nix?
No, I would have to reset it. I can do that, but I'll lose a psychic die.
Up to you.
There's a chance it'll last for a shorter time if I do that too.
Okay.
But you can communicate directly with me whatever you receive.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah, sorry.
grab Nix's hand before they go into the tunnel, and I'll just kind of squeeze gently and say, I believe in you, Sergeant. This is your destiny.
At least one of us does. If anything happens, this
It
was a good
won't.
run.
Don't say
I
that.
won't.
He
I'll be
looks
here
down
when
at
you
you.
get back.
This is last I checked. I'm not a druid.
Not as far as you're concerned. It's up to them.
Atmir pats her on the back. I think you're a druid.
I do not believe your father would have sent you here if he thought the Guardian would not let you pass.
Well, let's see what the Guardian thinks about that.
I will be here when you get back.
So, both of you step into the mouth of this cave, and immediately you can smell the scent of life.
Oh.
The entirety of the interior of this cave is teeming with like flowers and trees and mushrooms and all sorts of types of growth that you would never find in the interior of a mountain range like this. And it's arranged in a perfectly circular like cavern that appears to have been either delved or shaped into the interior of this mountain. You have no idea. But what you can tell is that it's ancient. This grove has been here for probably longer than time itself. And it is arranged in a series of like pedestals. So there's the tallest one, then it's like tiers that go down and you can see stairs. And in the center of this tier is what appears to be a small protrusion of rock that like delves up so that it appears to be like these fingers of stone that wrap around each other in a way that it looks like two hands holding a sphere, but the sphere is not there.
Okay.
And in a pool about 20 feet below that is just this perfect pool of still water. And shifting in the darkness in front of it is indeed the most horrific thing you have ever seen. For it appears to be a monstrous being composed of the skeletons of a multitude of different animals. It has the melded skull of what appears to be both like the front canine portion of a wolf that melds into a deer, like into the back of the skull, but also has a pair of like these straight ram horns that don't curl at all. They just grow straight out of the side of this thing's head. And the spine of this thing appears to be some sort of crocodilian, but also has these like unnatural spikes that are growing up out of it, akin to like some sort of creature that died long ago. And the rib cage is that of a bear, like just this huge rib cage, and then these long elongated arms, like that seem to be mostly like femurs of different animals that have been accumulated in order to form arms, and then like this like these curled legs as it kind of sits on its haunches and moves around akin to an ape with like these shorter back legs and the longer ambulatory arms as it positions itself directly between you and Nyx and the pool. Before it like moves unnervingly quickly, comes up to you, and you can hear like before its head just turns to the side. And you hear another like inhale, like Rata? No, that Rata.
Temporarily not. Soon to be once more.
So it again cocks its head to the side, making this horrible like sort of noise. And you begin to hear whispers that seem to come from the stone itself. And as this whispering chant begins to fill the interior of the space, you realize that it is speaking through the mountain itself. And the words that it is saying are Shoshana, Hoshana, Orada, which directly translates to sing your heart song or die.
Nix, do you remember the words of the song?
What song?
Are we here to play a song?
What's it saying? I don't understand.
They told us to sing our heart song.
Our heart song?
It could be literal song, or it could mean tell it why you're here. What's in your heart.
Can I hear this telepathically?
You can hear me.
Yep.
I send to Atenmir the song that the druid sang to bring back her voice. Might be the heart song.
I wasn't there for that. And they turns to Nix. Oh wait, you're not in the call. I wasn't there for that.
Wasn't there for what?
Oh right, the voice, your voice,
My voice?
the song they sung to get your voice back.
That's just a song of healing.
You gotta sing something.
She looks up and glares at this thing and says, Guardian, I have to pass. I was told to drink from the pool, and I am here to regain the powers that I have lost. I'm not fucking singing for you. And she begins to move around, or attempts to move around to this thing, before you hear this rattling exhale. It's like,
Listen, she needs this. And you need her. We're going to make any of this right. We came to prove worthy. She will prove worthy.
no,
It's the same
And
word twice, right?
So it's asking you,
Druid, not a druid.
druid or not druid?
Yeah. Oh,
Before it
awesome.
takes one sort of sidestep and allowing a small space. Nyx just kind of looks at you and shoots up her eyebrows, and then starts ascending the stairs. Before
Hollow.
there's this loud hiss as she places her foot on the top of that particular area. And then there's a split second where you don't even realize that this thing is moved. And the only inclination that you get that it's done anything at all is a sharp gasp of pain from Nyx as she suddenly stumbles forwards onto the platform, and you can see these 4 huge gashes that have been open, like, across her back. As she stumbles forwards, falls to her knees, and then slumps forwards. And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
Ba-bum-bum.
Awesome. I think Nyx has taken more punishment in this game than any other character.
Yeah.
Like a proper NPC.
Yeah, right? Right. Totally.
Yeah, see, like, we need the red shirt, but we only have the one, so we just have to keep using her, right? She can't die yet.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll make her. She can die again and again and again and again.
You've only got 1 diamond, so maybe again. But not again and again and again.
We're in a mountain. We can dig.
All right.
Quick, do we have any
so-
dwarves?
Everyone for joining us here on this special holiday edition of Melody of the Maelstrom.
Merry Chrism. But yeah, actually, along that note, thank you everybody who joined us today for this episode of Melody of the Maelstrom.
And
Special
thank you
shout
for
outs
tuning in all year.
to our sponsors, D&D Beyond, and FX May Vary. Holy shit. I almost forgot
Mama
us.
Bear, thank you very
Um,
much for all your work.
Yeah, make sure you check out our
Follow
Patreon, where there's a tier for every level of generosity. Make sure you check out our merch page. And yes, as Steve did mention, this is our last episode before the end of the year. So we, you know what? I'd like to do a fun thing, where we've been running this game for a while now, and now that we're closing out this year, I don't mean to put you guys on the spot, but I'm absolutely going to put you on the spot because that's my fucking job. I would like to go around the table and all of you just mention, you like just talk about for a second like your favorite moment so far. Like what's the most memorable aspect so far of this game? It could be something that happened in character, it could be something that happened out of character. But like I just want to have everybody speak to, like just close out this year on a really good note.
I really enjoyed the heel turn, and I feel that was a good episode. The big villain speech, that was a good episode. I like
Yeah.
bits and pieces like Domino adding like the flavor all the time with all the incantations. It's always a fun time.
Just to be clear, you can go back the whole year. You don't have to talk about this session.
I'm saying things that I like in general.
Okay.
I think he's referencing specifically Talon's heel turn.
The heel turn, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be able to recreate that laugh. I think we should have recorded that for future.
We did record it.
Yeah, it's literally recorded.
This is a show.
Like this
We do
is,
it
you're live, right?
Dude,
You
we
know,
can
this
go
is-
and flip it.
This is a show, right?
You got a few weeks to work on it. Don't worry, it'll be great.
Welcome
Feels
to
pretty close.
Maelstrom, where Talon forgets that he's actually in a game.
I think my favorite moment of the year was when I intentionally braved an obvious fairy circle just to try and get rid of Stu, and ended up getting a buff out of it.
That's great.
I'm gonna actually. I hate the fact that Stu is probably gonna be so many of these memorable moments. But my favorite part of this entire game so far was all of you convincing Stu that he was part of a great potato prophecy, and that he was supposed to ride a giant potato into battle someday. that was literally the best part of this game so far for me.
I watched that a
You
few
just
weeks
wait for
ago.
Chekhov's potato.
Yeah.
We're
I
just
wa-
gonna see a giant potato run in, and all you were gonna hear is like, "Hi, mate."
All right, you maggots, baked or fried.
Yeah, I rewatched that clip a few weeks ago, and honestly, it still holds up. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
I think my favorites, I have two in particular. Fighting Strobos, I think that was. We've had a lot of chaotic combats, but that was the most, the most severely that we've trounced any villain or any enemy that we faced. We were a solid team, and we played like it. And yeah, he didn't stand a chance. I felt kind of bad for what's the name of the DM that
JT.
JT. I feel bad for JT because he didn't really get a chance to show off what Strobos could do very much because we kind of had him on the ropes. But it was fun for us.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, Fidget coming back to life.
Don't feel too bad for him. He was handsome and charming through the whole thing.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Be sure to check them out also on.
Yes, 100%.
Wednesday nights.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, give them those square timers. They love it.
Yeah. But yeah, the episode where Fidget was resurrected was, obviously personally enjoyable. And I really liked hearing everybody's kind of appeal to bring him back. It made me feel like I was, part of something bigger. It was cool.
That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
You do raise a good point, though. Bavidius dying 47 times in one combat was also pretty fucking funny.
true. That is
Shots
true.
fired.
Yeah.
I don't think I laughed harder during an episode.
For the
You just
record,
did the barbarian Jack in the Box thing.
yeah.
I'm here to.
For the record,
You won't.
Family.
I did not expect the lightning breath to do that much more than my maximum HP.
Yeah.
And I still think, tactically, drawing Dragon's Lightning Breath onto a single target at the start of combat is better than many alternative ways that could have gone.
Your logic is sound, and I'm glad it went the way it did.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean, of all the people to be down multiple times, it should really be you.
Honestly.
Yeah, we learned it shouldn't be me. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
learned the hard way. It shouldn't be you. Anybody else?
Yes, I will add. Go ahead.
My favorite part was my initial heel turn with Talon. Just honestly how I got to monologue it and
That was solid.
be a villain, and how I got to basically brag about how I pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. And I'm sorry, Fidget. You can say you didn't believe me, but I fooled you.
I just couldn't convince everybody else.
Yeah, you were. There was no convincing anybody else. You and Nyx tried to all hell, and it was the fact that I got Bavidius to look at Nyx and go, "No, you have to trust him."
I do
He's
want to
proven
set the record straight. There were multiple times where I just walked away, went, "You guys are idiots," and just
Yep.
kind of like
Mhm.
let it happen.
Yes.
But yes,
Yep.
I
No,
take
yeah,
your point.
the turning point of that whole thing was Bavidius ordering Nyx
Yeah.
to tolerate this guy. Like that's really how you got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
There was one other, and honestly, any time with any with either character, either Talon or Berenzazar interacting with Fidget, any moment, like interacting with Fidget, just because it was like with Talon, it was completely and utterly intellectual.
Mm.
Like Fidget clearly didn't like me, but you could tell we had that little bit of respect for each other until I turned.
I distinctly remember when we came back after interrogating that goblin that I came back and was like, "Yeah, he almost blew the whole thing to the whole party." But yeah, I take your point. Yeah, it was fun. I thoroughly enjoy role playing with you, regardless.
And last but not least,
Okay. From a DM's aspect, I really liked how the whole city was poisoned. I thought that was a very cool campaign twist that I had
Oh,
never
yeah.
seen in my 30 years of playing D&D. And on the player's end of things, I like how you guys speak in character, and B, how like mentally you guys are 100% in the character, even thinking of their motivations and their emotions and their depth. So very enjoyable.
and with that, we are going to close out not only this session but the year of 2024. And as we go into our Christmas break and our New Year's break, we wish all of you the happiest of holidays, and we hope that you get everything that you ask for Christmas, and or whatever celebration that you celebrate, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. But whatever holiday that you celebrate, we hope that you get everything that you asked for and everything that you wanted, and spend time with your family, and just joyous holidays all around.
And if
And
you
with
scream
that-
into the void, may it not scream back.
That might be my favorite holiday greeting ever.
It's a nice card. It's a Dungeons and Dragons
Put that on a
Christmas card.
card. May you scream into the void and have it not reply.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so as always, if you guys made it this far, you're our favorite, and we appreciate you the most. And we wish all of you a very happy year, and we will see all of you again in 2025. With that, we will see you next time. Have a good night, guys.